Good afternoon. Happy New Year. Haven't talked to you since last year. I know, it's an old joke, but there it is. The weather's taken a turn for the cold. Now it's in the 40s and the 30s. It's gone back and forth. There's a slight wind. It shouldn't affect the sound when I talk to you. And there's been like a misty rain, which lands sometimes in snowflakes and sometimes it's just wet water. The temperature hasn't been familiar to snow, but it could be starting this evening. Could be familiar to snow then. So Holly has 2 more infusions and she's feeling better. So that's my Jefferson report mixed with family report. And I can't imagine how I can say anything on the first day of the year that is welcome, as it should be a day of, I don't know, reflection and fun, and maybe recovery for some. But if there's a set of principles that come into my head, and I'll be brief today, it's to hold the course, to resolve the problems that we have, that Trump created and continues to perpetuate, and to find new and different ways to challenge truth-telling, tolerance, equality before the law. And the message from Biden was very constructive today, as is his nature, I believe, whatever you think of some of his policies. He can lead us out of this chaos. And his assignment in 20 was to get rid of Trump, and his assignment in 24 is to keep him out. And if you want to measure it by what Trump had to say in his New Year's message, all he could talk about was leftist misfits and thugs, and talk about election corruption and worse. It's very interesting to study the kind of person that talks about others committing the offenses he's committing. So is that to confuse them? And not everybody pays as much attention as some of us do, and that's not a criticism, but it is a fact. People have lives to live, and they're starting a new year, and they're making resolutions to do the things that matter to them. And hell, today is a day in which somebody could watch, I think, 5 ball games. So I don't usually do that. So I'm entirely unfocused as to who's playing whom for what. But I have my own amusements, and they're often movies and books and sketching and painting and stuff like that. And even some yoga. I hope you don't find that off-putting, but I played sports, and when I've done that, I'm pretty intensely interested in it. But if I'm not doing it, and I'm not doing football, and I'm not doing these other things, and I know you don't have to be doing it to watch it, so that's that. And one of the things I do watch is swimming meets, and that's something probably very few of you ever watch or pay attention to. As I've said before, I've been beaten by the best swimmers in the world when I competed many years ago now. So what are the resolutions? Well, among the usual ones, and I actually write mine out, and I haven't done that yet, but the usual ones are think green, align yourself with nature. It's good for the environment, it's good for you, and that means vegan, vegetarianism, even to eat less, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference in your well-being, and it makes a well-being all around us in the environment a possibility. So there's that. Exercise. I realize these machines, this thinking meat that we inhabit, the warranty runs out really at 40. It's a rear guard action after that. And basically what you're doing is maintaining and defending yourself by as many good practices as you can, knowing that just like other machines, something's going to go wrong that you either had no idea could go wrong, or because of what you knew you shouldn't have done when you were 25. And the other thing you learn, which is a shame, is that exercise gets detached from diet, meaning you can't exercise away that cheesecake the way you could before 40. So I'm a little bit past 40. I know you've guessed that already. So you watch diet. Now, if you're on medications, you have the kind of thing that's a structural problem, a hip, or, all these things that you have to work around as best you can. And we're all better for it. So that's it. Dr. Phil at the end. Those are a couple of things I do, and some people have asked me, and it's pretty obvious. You do what you can. If you've hurt an arm, I hurt my rotator cuff has bothered me, so I can't swim. If you have to lay on your back because of a recovery, you lose muscle mass and strength. So these are real things. So sorry to bring them to your attention today, but consider it if you're wondering what happened to an athlete charging down a field into someone else, what the impact did to him in the future to his body and brain. You have a good idea. So I think if I talk anymore, I'll start getting into the nitty-gritty of the already bad news. So what I'm going to do is wish you a Happy New Year again, and I'll be out tomorrow probably. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy the chilly cathedral of trees, which without those leaves are not. I saw a full snowflake. Hardly enough to ski on. All the best. Bye-bye.